Okay guys, so macros. So we break our food down into micros and macros. Macros is protein, carbohydrates and fats, and as we're interested in fat loss, we're going to also include alcohol in our macros. And then micros is vitamins and minerals. We're not going to worry about that in this video, we'll talk about it later on. So we're only concerned with weight management here with fat loss. So if you look at first of all, how much energy is in each of the macros. So in protein, it's 4 calories per gram. In carbohydrates, it's 4 calories per gram. In alcohol, it's 7 calories per gram. And in fats, it's 9 calories per gram. So be very aware of those numbers, that fat is a lot higher calorie concentration than carbohydrates or protein, okay? And alcohol is very high as well. So then how do we break down, how do I figure out what you should be eating? Well, first of all, we look at your body weight and we look at the protein. So how much protein you need, it depends on how big you are, right? So everybody needs between 0.8 absolute minimum to 2.4 absolute max usable grams per kilogram body weight, okay? So I'm 80 kilos, I try and get around 160 to 180 grams protein a day, okay? And that works really well for me. Now, my intake is in and around the 2,500 mark, 2,500 calories a day, roughly. 180 grams of that is protein. At 4 grams per kilogram, that's 760 calories of protein, okay? So then fats is the next one that I look at. Less than 30% of the energy that you get should come from fat, okay? So 2,500 calories, roughly 90 grams of fat, and that's 810 calories. Now you'll notice half the weight in fat has more calories than the protein, okay? So it's more than twice. And then once I figured out how much protein calories I'm getting and how much fat calories I'm getting, I take that away from my total number, my 2,500, and I want 250 grams of carbs. These numbers are kind of rough. A weekly weigh-in will tell you whether you're nailing your numbers or not. And what's really important when you make any dietary changes is how you feel. So remember, if you've got some constipation from a dietary change, we need to address that. If you've got, gone the other way, that we need to address what's going on with your digestive system, because it is part of it when you make changes. You also need to address your energy, lethargy or insomnia or anything like that, and your moods. So these are very important. When we make a dietary changes, these are the primary areas that are going to be affected. So that's the macros. There's also a breakdown here. Let's say you're smaller than me. Say you're around 5'7"-ish, you want about 2,000 calories. So it's 140 grams of protein, 70 grams of fats, and 210 grams of carbs. These numbers are very rough, guys, very rough, okay? And let's say you're smaller again, you're 5'4", 5'3", something like that. 1750 calories a day. Excuse me, 120 grams protein, 60 grams fat, and 180 grams carbs, okay? These numbers are rough. Now, we can get really deep into the science and obsess with all of this stuff and plan all our meals out and all the rest of it. It's a very lengthy process to go for. What I found works really well is be accountable for what you eat. Write it all down, right? Share it with a friend, okay? And then weigh in once a week. If the weight went up, you're eating too much. Look at what you're eating, eat a bit less. If the weight went down and you felt okay, fantastic, you're winning. The last thing then is, well, what if you don't feel okay? Well, that's the point you need to contact me and we'll just discuss what's going on with you. All right, cheers guys.